The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Weyburn City Council held in the council chambers at 6 p.m. Monday, June 10th, 2024. The first bit of business is the approval of the minutes of the regular council meeting and strategic planning and priorities meeting held May 27th, 2024. If you would, please.
Your Worship, I'll make the motion that the minutes of the regular council meeting and strategic planning and priorities committee meeting held May 27th, 2024 be accepted as presented.
I'll second that, Your Worship.
Call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. To be noted that we have one councillor absent, Mr. Van Betju, here tonight, but that still gives us quorum, so we are still able to move forward with council business. Additions to the agenda? Mr. Warren?
Yeah, thanks, Your Worship. There's no additions from administration tonight.
From council? Nothing? Then, public hearings and notices. There are none. Delegations, proclamations, petitions, there are none. Parts of standing committees, there are none. There's a consent agenda, which is the cash activity report, building department report for May 2024. There's public works department report, and for May 2024, the water treatment plant report, May 2024. We shall note them as received and posted there. Can you make a motion? Someone make a motion to receive?
Your Worship, I'll make the motion that the following items on the consent agenda be approved: the cash activity report, the building department report, the public works department report, and the water treatment plant report, all for May of 2024, be accepted.
Your Worship, I'll second that.
Call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Motions. Accounts payable.
Yes, Your Worship, I'd make a motion that the accounts payable report for the period ending May 31st, 2024 be accepted as presented.
Second.
I'll second that motion, Your Worship.
Discussion. Seeing none. Call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. And no introduction of bylaws. No unfinished business. New business. Home-based business permit. Matthew.
Yeah, thanks, Your Worship. So this is a report from Charlie Malcolm, our development officer. So an application has been received from Robin Coley to operate a dog grooming and training and temporary boarding home based out of the residence at 415 4th Street Northeast, which is located within the R2 zone. This would be considered a controversial use, as this business involves clients being directed to the home throughout the day. The proposed days and hours of operations would be weekly from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. The applicant anticipates minimum traffic increase, and the driveway is available for parking. So we did neighborhood notices through the zoning bylaw requires anything that's controversial for a home-based business, which involves clients attending to the home through the neighborhood notice process, and for council to receive approval for this request. So neighborhood notices were mailed out on May 22nd of 2024 to all neighbors within 50 meters of the applicant's home. Residents received notice were given the opportunity to comment on the application, and no concerns or objections were received. So we have an image of where the property is located. And then also an aerial view of where the property is located. So home-based businesses are permitted uses, meaning that the landowners have the right to undertake the use in accordance with the bylaw, unless provisions of the bylaw are specifically contravened. Home-based businesses generally must meet the following provisions: be incidental to the use of the premise as residence, be compatible with residential uses, be limited in extent in terms of volume of materials sold and number of clients, not substantially increase in the volume of traffic, and not to detract from the residential character of the zone. So the use identified would be considered a controversial occupation under section 5.1.19 of the zoning bylaw, as clients will be directed to the home. Staff have reviewed the application and are of the opinion that the home-based business application meets the requirements in the zoning bylaw. So we have two options in front of council tonight. Council approves home-based business permit 2024.009 for 415 4th Street Northeast, subject to the following conditions. No person other than the resident of the dwelling unit shall be engaged in home-based business as an employee or volunteer. No advertisement carrying out the address of the dwelling in which the home-based business occurs may be placed in any media. The home-based business shall not occupy more than 25 of the gross floor area of the dwelling unit. The face of any home-based business sign on site must not exceed 0.092 meters squared and must be placed within the inside half of the front yard setback. This permit is only valid for the above address and is not transferable to another address. Reapplication will be required if the business moves to another location. Home-based businesses are subject to PR review to ensure compliance. The applicant's driveway will be used for off-street parking of clients, and the City of Weyburn business license shall be obtained prior to operation of the home-based business. So if council wants to look at option number 2, which would be a refusal for home-based business permit 2024.009 at 415 4th Street Northeast, the following reasons would have to be provided by council tonight. So a staff recommendation is to go with option 1. Council approves a home-based business permit 2024.009 at 415 4th Street Northeast, subject to the conditions listed above.
Do I have a motion, please?
Your worship, I would move that the home-based business permit at 2024, permit 2024-009 at 415 4th Street Northeast be approved subject to the following conditions. No person other than a resident of the dwelling unit shall be engaged in the home-based business as an employee or volunteer. No advertisement carrying the address of the dwelling in which the home-based business occurs may be placed in any media. The home-based business shall not occupy more than 25% of the gross floor area of the dwelling unit. The face of any home-based business sign on site must not exceed 0.092 square meters and must be placed within the inside half of the front yard setback. This permit is only valid for the above address and is non-transferable to another address. Reapplication will be required if the business moves locations. Home-based businesses are subject to periodic review to ensure compliance. Applicant's driveway shall be used for off-street parking of clients, and City of Weyburn business license shall be obtained prior to operation of home-based business.
Your worship, I will second that motion.
Discussion. Laura?
Thank you, Your Worship. I actually had a couple of concerns, so I emailed Planning and Development Coordinator Malcolm, and she emailed me back just with the extra animals that could be potentially on the grounds and whether or not there'd be room and some excess noise. And she assured me that there shouldn't be any more than 3 dogs at the most going to be at the property, and that the applicant has her basement set up so the animals will not be left outside, and that she's going to monitor and make sure that the animals are only going to be outside for a few hours and not left out for time on end. So I'm very, very pleased that she got back to me, and I'm very happy with that.
Any more discussion?
Thanks, Your Worship. Thanks for doing that, Councilor Morissette, because it was the same questions I had about the number of animals, because we just recently went through a bylaw revision. So I'm glad that those are answered. Thank you.
Seeing no more questions, call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimous. Next one, Tina, if you would please, a special occasion permit from the Weyburn Agriculture Society.
Okay, so special occasion liquor permits are required by the Saskatchewan Liquor and Gaming Authority for selling and serving alcohol that is not held in a commercially permitted establishment. Written municipal approval must be submitted respecting all outdoor functions. A special occasion application, which is attached has been received from the Weyburn Agricultural Society for the upcoming 115th annual fair running here in Weyburn. This application is to sell alcohol during their fair days taking place on the Weyburn Agricultural Society exhibition grounds during the following times. July 4th, 2024 from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m., July 5th from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., and July 6th from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Administration has reviewed the application and all required information was included, and there were no concerns with the application. I recommend that council provide approval to the Weyburn Agricultural Society to make an application to the Saskatchewan Liquor and Gaming Authority to sell alcohol during their event held at the Weyburn Exhibition Grounds on July 4th from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m., July 5th from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., and July 6th from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. If you scroll, it does show the special application permit, and it will be in their regular, I think it's called the Forge and Anvil building, and they have a fenced in area with security during all those times.
Do you have a motion, please?
Your Worship, I'd be happy to make a motion that council provides approval to the Weyburn Agricultural Society to make an application to the Saskatchewan Liquor and Gaming Authority to sell alcohol during their event held at the Weyburn Exhibition Grounds during the following times: July 4th, 2024, 4 p.m. till 12 a.m., July 5th, 2024, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., and July 6th, 2024, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m.
I'll second that motion, Your Worship.
Discussion? Seeing none, call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. And another special occasion permit?
Yep. As previously stated, special occasion liquor permits are required by the Saskatchewan Liquor and Gaming Authority for selling and serving alcohol that is not in a commercially permitted establishment. The special occasion application that is attached has been received from Rose Couture and Cody Rouse for their upcoming wedding at the Weyburn motocross track. The application is to sell alcohol during their wedding reception, which is on August 24th from 2 p.m. to 12 a.m. Administration has reviewed this application and all required information was included, and there are no concerns with the application. We recommend that council provide approval to Rose Couture and Cody Rouse to make an application to the Saskatchewan Liquor and Gaming Authority to sell alcohol during the event held at the Weyburn motocross track during the following time on August 24th, 2024 from 2 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Do you have a motion, please?
Your Worship, I move that council provide Rose Couture and Cody Rouse to make an application to the Saskatchewan Liquor and Gaming Authority to sell alcohol during their event at the Weyburn motocross track on August 24th, 2024 from 2 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Your Worship, I'll second that motion.
Discussion? And the reason why we're doing this is that the motocross is our territory, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. The next one, Tina, is the flag raising request, being this Pride Month. So, and go ahead.
Okay. The City of Weyburn has a flag raising policy that establishes guidelines for raising flags in front of City Hall. A flag raising request has been received from the Weyburn Arts Council to have a flag raising event on Monday, June 17th, 2024 to promote Pride Month in Canada. City administration has reviewed the application and it meets the requirements of the flag raising policy, as Pride Month is recognized by the federal government every June. The recommendation is that council provide approval to the Weyburn Arts Council's request to have a pride flag raised outside City Hall from Monday, June 17th to Sunday, June 23rd, 2024.
Do you have a motion, please?
Your Worship, I'll make the motion that council provide approval to the Weyburn Art Council's request to have a pride flag raised outside of City Hall from Monday, June the 17th to Sunday, June the 23rd, 2024.
Second?
I'll second that, Your Worship.
Discussion? And this again was brought forward by the Weyburn Arts Council, correct?
Correct.
Call the question. All in favor? Inquiries and announcements. Laura?
Thank you, Your Worship. So as everybody knows, National Indigenous Peoples Day is coming up on the 21st of June. Raquel from the school board, Raquel Bellefleur, is working really, really hard, and she has put together an event happening tomorrow at Jubilee Park. There's going to be over 1,000 people going through our park tomorrow, and there's going to be everything from teepee raisings to different stations set up. All the students in our city are invited to come down, and the teachers have their set times. If people from the public want to come and watch the teepee raisings and the dancing in the afternoon, they are more than welcome. But we just ask that you maybe take a little extra care when you're driving that area tomorrow, because there are going to be a lot of people coming and visiting our city.
And that starts at what time?
It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning and runs until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
And which part of Jubilee? I take it the west, east side?
The whole thing all around Legacy Park.
Okay. Larry?
Your Worship, I'd just like to congratulate the Saskatchewan Oil and Gas Show Committee on a fantastic job again. It brings huge economic development to the community and so much resource in its day-to-day basis, and they have an opportunity to celebrate it. And it's just always a well-run event, and good for them.
I was at FCM, and one of the things that I saw there, because they talked about a variety of different places throughout Canada that have this festival and that festival, and festivals really bring people and drive economics. So how many ever, like you say, the festival tomorrow brings in a lot of people, and it's the right, gives a lot of life and vibrance to the community, and there's constant festivals and our oil show, and now then the fairs can be coming forward and everything else. Go ahead.
I just wanted to let everybody know that Public Works and Emergency Services are having an open house on Wednesday, June 19th from 3:30 to 6:30. So we will be hosting a barbecue. We will have a lot of our fleet and operators out, as well as you will see some of the fire trucks, and police department will be there. So, and we have a few extra things this year. So we hope the community can come out and see all of the equipment and a lot of the services offered. And we will have hot dogs and hamburgers there. So we hope the public can come on out.
June 19th?
June 19th.
4:30 to 6:30.
3:30 to 6:30. So you can catch it even before your sports activities or come after. So, yeah.
Very good. Anything else? Just go ahead.
I'm just also going to bring up as a reminder to the public that currently at First Avenue and Government Road, that is now a four-way stop, and it will be a four-way stop for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So we are encouraging people to avoid the area because there will be some single enclosures as well as the four-way stop going on. And this is to replace the traffic lights at that intersection. And this is the preemptive work to us paving First Avenue. So we need to get this work done before we can come in and we can pave that road. So we have a few different infrastructure projects along there, and then you will actually see the asphalt being replaced soon enough.
I'm thrilled to see that work starting. It'll be well worth it.
Yeah, so it is coming. Yeah, we're very, very excited, but we do encourage people to maybe avoid that road and plan their route a little differently over the next couple months, because you will see a lot of delays in that area.
Our next council meeting, Matthew, will be
June 24th, Your Worship.
And we're getting, and as Mr. Warren has pointed out in the past, that we are getting down to the last of the few council meetings that this council will actually sit. And our 4-year term that we've done is coming to a close very quickly. What is it? Only about maybe 5 more meetings that we actually sit.
Correct, Your Worship.
With 5 more meetings that we will actually be sitting, and then there'll be called to elections, and we'll see who all runs for what positions, and also see who is interested. And we ask anybody that is interested in running for council to come out, come to City Hall, talk to Mr. Warren, talk to our City Clerk Tina there, to ask about it, to approach all of our council that's sitting here. They will direct you as to what is a lot of the stuff that goes on and how life is on council. If you wish to come out and get involved in the city and trying to make Weyburn move forward and become even better than it is, I think that I feel that we've done a fairly good job of with what resources we're being given, and so we'd like to move forward with this. So we ask anyone that's interested to come out. That's for sure. And anything else? With that, I will call this meeting adjourned.
If you'd like to share your feedback on the program you just watched, contact us today